So today I'm going to present a short brief about my research related with interdisciplinary teaching methodology in higher education. So I would like to focus in the importance of using new methodology in higher education. Why do I have this scope? So we live in a world with thousands and thousands of cities. Each one is unique and also their social, cultural, and educational practices. For this reason, the city has always been a fertile ground of cultural metaphor. So this investigation presents different methodologies related to the town. So my theoretical framework is based on critical pedagogic atmospheres and critical cartographies. So first one, it's critical pedagogy, offered a means to resist the problem caused by neoliberalism. Critical pedagogy avoids either a detached relation to learning or a dogmatic focus on a single analysis model. Instead, it requires us to take political and moral responsibility for our learnings, examine our relationship with the world in its economic, political, and psychological dimension, and transform the knowledge available to us with the hope of achieve an equal world. The second theoretical framework is about atmospheres. Atmospheres refers to something spatial and at the same time something emotional. It involves attending the sense, the bodies, architecture, feelings, and space together and simultaneously. While we are most unaware of them, atmospheres mediate our experience and judgments. Critical reflection on our understanding of atmosphere is essential to attend the atmospheres and identify the mechanisms through which they are maintained. And the third approach is about critical cartography. The maps we are also conceived as a visual aid, highlight the importance of sensory and temporal experience in the framing place identity to render them more accessible and understandable to broader audience. Freire position highlight the relevance of making cartography's experience with social collective a reality foster critical thinking and allows us to understand the coexistence of difference in a specific space. In the line with this research, critical cartography is an experience of resistance and struggle against urban planning and gentrification proposals. The usefulness of critical cartography practices has been vital in the field of education. Mapping becomes an open and social element as it allows rethink society's educational and social approach. So this is the three main theoretical framework of my research. And all these three elements are focused on the counter mapping methodology. This research view contour mapping as a powerful tool to develop a critical pedagogy of atmospheres. It involves mapping by or on behalf of marginalized people are resistant to more conventional use of maps to fix oppressive relations in space. So this technique is to focus on cartography, the invisible things of our city, to rethink the power and the rethink the way of live the space. And also this technique is used in higher education instead. So I will present this experience that I have done with my students in Lleida, Spain. So now we are going to present the context of this research. Lleida is a city in the west of Catalonia, Spain, which are around 140 inhabitants in 2020. So is it a hub for a surrounding agricultural regional and experience significant immigration during the summer when the temporary workers arrive in the city to pick fruit. For example, this is the square when I realized this investigation in this sense. The square and its surrounding street have several economic and social problems, but governmental initiatives have largely failed to address them. Initially focused on making them realities invisible through unsuccessful attempts at simplification, and more recently transforming the space into a marginal area highly controlled by the same municipal institution. So this is a very powerful space to rethink, and it's important to connect the university, this theoretical framework with the reality. Yeah, so this is the proposal of this research and also this teaching methodology in this sense. So contour mapping was used as a common trick on the geography and historic module offered as a part of the social work degree at the University of Lleida. The module aims to promote the students' understanding of urban space as a possibility, inclusion, and creative practice. Students are accustomed to beginning each module of their program with a university session explaining how the module works and what is assessed. However, this module emphasizes lived experience outside the classroom and connect with the atmospheres and embodied experience below the university campus. The experience began with a sensory and environmental record of the square. The students had to record everything in the place through their perception in a notebook for 30 minutes. Especially, students had to pay attention to those elements that influence space production, people, buildings, institution. After 30 minutes, the teachers and the students got in the middle of the square. The square some reflection about what they have recorded during the exploration. So the teacher mediate this knowledge and also the experience. And the important thing is how to appear feelings of fear and also feelings of gentrification and gentrification in this sense. So this is the first day. Yeah, we explore all these square. The second step of this methodology is to elaborate the contour mapping, in the sense that the students have to rethinking the conceived map of Lleida and start to rethink the ways to understand this square. So the students use drawings, collage, and text, and start to create multiple languages to represent the experience in this sense. So it's important to start to focus on the inclusion, segregation, and marginalization, and start to rethinking why this area is that feelings or produce these feelings. So it's important that the students connect the theoretical framework of this degree with the experience and also with their identities. So this is the first step of this experience, and after that we start to analyze all this production. So this production have to be connected with experience and also with the theoretical framework of this social work in this sense. After that, we start to create some focus the discussion, and this is some of the example of these contour mappings. This contour mapping, it's in groups. So each one creates some specific writings about the feelings and also the subjective and holistic experience that they have, and also connected with this social and cultural dimensions. And now I'm going to present 3 examples. This one is the first one. The map was developing the aesthetic sensitive to the symbolic and affective values of the city. The students map the power relation around this square and how this relation transforms the square. So this is very important. This is the point of view. The map try to explore unique aspects of the context, which create atmospheres and influence people's daily life there. In her commentary, she expressed the importance of establishing open communication with the people in this area. The map highlights elements such as racial oppression, contamination, and existing power, knowledge, and relations in Lleida. So all these materialities influence the student position and also all these identities. So it's important to rethink all this. And for example, one question is how these identities of contemporary public space rethink the power, the daily life of this city, and also connect with her or his students in this case. This is another example. The student emphasized the importance of humanization as a principal aim of the social workers with all the people. It is also influenced by critical pedagogic principle of participation of own and contextualization, because it's important to look at this this fig in the sense that we have to rethink our cities, we have to rethink these relations, and also we have to rethink the way to live in this square. So this is another example of this square. And the third one, this student do the experience in the morning and night, and everything changed. In the morning, she create this cartography with energy, and also his commentary explained that during the morning he saw a woman shopping and children playing the balls. But this atmosphere changed completely at night, because at night drugs police costume, homelessness, and lack of humanization appears in the same square. So it's important to this point of view and start to study the perception of this space and start to rethink how all this create the daily life, and also how the university create the situation to think this situation and make visible all this. So this is 3 example of this this experience. During the course, this experience create dialogues with different contexts, urban contexts. So through these maps, the students explore the atmosphere. Each one was different and unique, and the aim was not to create an encompassing map, but to evoke the main different ways to see the city in this sense. So this technique has helped the students connect with various realities in public space. So this is the main contribution of this investigation, that the students start to rethink this square and also the city in another way, and the way to rethink that university have to be connected with the reality. So this is the main conclusion of this investigation is that to start to go outside the classroom and start to rethink the way of teaching and start to connect the daily life with the contents, curricular content of the university, and rethink the way of how to teach in this sense. No, if you want to discover more details about this experience, we published in February this article about this experience with the University of Manchester, because we did the same experience here in Yale and also in Manchester. And this experience helped to an opportunity to rethink how the atmospheres can help as teachers to rethink the way of thinking the learning also. So, well, this is more information about you if you like. And well, thank you for your attending. And if you have any question, I will be a pleasure to answer.